Everybody, welcome back to MLG Columbus, the final stop of the 2013 Pro Circuit. Revan joined alongside Benson. We'll be bringing you the first matchup of the tournament, Team Kaliber versus Epsilon. Now, Benson, we were talking to Shane a bit earlier. They're saying that they're feeling so confident entering this match, and I believe last time they matched up at G2, it was Epsilon taking that matchup.
It was a very, very close matchup as well. So, you have to consider as well, this is a brand new game. So
yeah, of course.
Realistically, those past results against each other don't really mean that much. But still, TK is saying how they have revenge. They really want revenge. They don't want to be beaten by another European team. That's exactly what they said. They said they don't want to get taken out by a European team. But, Epsilon are looking very, very strong from everything I've seen so far in this game.
Oh, yeah, they are a European powerhouse. I mean, look at all the players on this roster. You have Jerd, arguably the best European player in Black Ops 2. You had Madcat as well, Swanee, and then to top it off, the objective mastermind, Shane. This is a very talented European lineup. Now, Benson, historically at MLG events, European teams, they haven't fared too well. You think this is going to be an event where they could break the top 8 and earn some money?
I've been saying I think we should see at least one of the two finish in the top 5.
Okay.
That should be a minimum for either of these two teams. They both look so strong from everything I've seen so far. TCM as well, you have to give some love to them. They have just been looking.
I mean, they have Gunshi.
So good. I mean, Gunshi at the start of every game. Every new release that comes out, he is just so good. And he's always been one of the players, as soon as games come out, you have to watch out for him because he can just light up and he can really just cause teams a lot of problems.
All right, so here we go, the first map of the best of 5 series. It's going to be Strike Zone Domination. This is probably my favorite map in the entire rotation. I just love how it plays out, especially for Domination. We're going to see so much action along both sides of the map. I mean, all around it, it's so close to quarter. We're going to see so many gunfights happening. But give me your prediction of this matchup. Who do you think is going to take it?
It's going to be close, I think that's for sure. I mean, TK, take nothing away from them. They are such a strong team. And they're fighting for that first championship. I mean, they've been so close so many times.
So close.
They just desperately want it. I mean, they are so hungry for it. So it's hard to bet against them, but Epsilon again,
You can't go against your EU buddies.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, whenever I make a prediction, I try and make it as well-balanced and as fair as possible, but Epsilon do look very, very strong, and I think a lot really is going to be relying on how Madcat and how Jerd are both playing in this game, because in Black Ops 2, their playstyle really suited the game, whereas this is obviously a completely different game, as we mentioned earlier on. The way it plays is different as well. So if those two can really adapt, because I mean, Jerd, I think at the very beginning of this game really had some problems trying to adapt to it, but I think now he's in his rhythm. So if him and Madcat do like fight, you're going to see Shane. Everyone knows about Shane. If you don't know about the word bamboozling, you don't know what, you're lost, simple.
All right, so we've talked about Epsilon. Let's talk about their opponents, Team Kaliber. They have so much talent on their roster. You have Theory, Gunjar, Sharp, and Nezo. Now, the last time we saw them in a tournament setting, they lost to a pickup team in the grand finals. So how is that going to affect them coming into this match? I mean, they've been at Sharp's house for a week, preparing for this event, preparing for this tournament, a whole week of practice.
That's a long time, especially considering they were all in the same house and they're building that team chemistry. I mean, they're already really good friends. They have that team chemistry there already, but that extra week's practice is really going to benefit them. But as you said, they lost to a pickup team. That's always going to demoralize the team, no matter what. And this is the first time we've really seen them play since then. So how are they really going to adapt to that at LAN? That is, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure.
I think without a doubt, the player to watch for on this TK lineup has to be Gunjar.
Oh yeah,
huge breakout season in Black Ops 2. Came out onto the scene as the top anchor in the game.
He really did. He came out of nowhere, and then next thing you know,
he came out of the depths of the internet. That's where he came from. And from the games I've seen from him in Call of Duty Ghosts, he has not missed a beat, man. He is so good at this game. I think he might be the strongest player on this lineup, and I'm going to be looking at him.
He is definitely, well, I mean, he was so good, as you said. He was renowned as one of the best anchors in the game back in Black Ops 2. But has he managed to transfer those abilities to Call of Duty Ghosts? We're going to have to wait and find out. Although we know his shot. His shot is just so good. I mean, he has a shot that could arguably rival Proofy. I mean,
he just doesn't miss. He's just one of those guys. He shoots, connects with every bullet. It's so surreal. So let's talk about this matchup. Kaliber, Epsilon, Strike Zone Domination. Now, we haven't seen Domination played in a competitive setting since Black Ops 1. So one could say it's a relatively new game type coming back to competitive. And when Gunjar was breaking out to the scene, when Theory was breaking out to the scene, Black Ops 2, we didn't play Domination. So how are they going to adapt to this game type in a competitive setting? And Epsilon, I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen them play Domination either.
Well, I mean, it's kind of going to be one of those where the team that's been around the longest and has the most history is really going to do well. I mean, like, you look at Gunshi. Gunshi's been around forever. I mean, you know, domination, he's going to know how you play that. Admittedly, you know, you have to counter for a brand new game. It's going to be different, but still, he has that knowledge. Whereas some of these new teams that really just came out of Black Ops 2, they're not really going to know how to play this game type. So are they going to have the edge? Potentially.
All right, so for Team Kaliber, you're talking about, you know, players that have been around the scene for a while. Well, Sharp, he's one of those players. Call of Duty 4 national champion, won so many tournaments, and now we're going to see him in a brand new Infinity Ward game. I think he brings just a whole wealth of experience to this team, as well as leadership. And, you know, we've seen it, especially back in Black Ops 2. He adds so much to this Kaliber squad.
He really, really did. And what was kind of concerning from my perspective is he often got kind of left out.
Yeah, people forget about Sharp, and I'm just like,
forget about the work he does, and he puts in solid performances. He actually got my favorite play of all.
Oh, I remember that play.
You know what I'm gonna.
Oh, in the garage, blows up the van.
It's just amazing. The most heads up play, to think that quickly and to just get such a big play. That was actually at PAX Prime last year. Amazing, amazing play from him. And I'm really excited to watch how he's going to come through on Ghost. And as well as that, you know, we have to think about new players, up-and-coming players. Because, I mean, last year, as you said, you know, we saw so many players come through that season that this next season, you know, there could be someone in the open bracket right now who
we could have the potential champion in the open bracket. We don't know. It's a new game, new faces, new talent coming to the scene. But here we go. The game is about to start up. Strike Zone Domination. Now, this is one of the smaller maps in the rotation. And from what I see from teams playing this game is their goal is to hold A flag and to hold C flag. But you need to get all 4 down to get that setup going. So you do see teams, they will fight for that B flag just because they know it is pretty tough to get that spawn trap going on that B flag.
But once you get that spawn trap,
it's dirty. It is dirty.
It's pretty easy for teams to really start to build a massive lead. That's something you're going to need to watch out for. Prediction? Hit me with it.
I'm sorry, EU fans.
See,
Epsilon.
He hates Europe.
I don't hate Europe.
You're just not with it, bro.
Historically, they have not done well. Historically, their best placing is 10th. That was in Black Ops 1 Nationals. And I think the same is going to hold true here. Now, we're going to be watching Epsilon at the start of this matchup. And give me a player to watch out for. Who do you think is the strongest on this squad?
You know, for me, I really want to see Madcap. He's going to be the player that I think we need to really keep our eyes out for, as well as Shane with that objective-based work. We know he is one of the best objective players in the world. That's just a fact. But for me, the slaying power that Madcat can really bring to this team, that's something that we need to watch out for. And you can see straight away, this Epsilon lineup, they've gone straight towards that B flag. They are not wasting any time at all.
Not a bad play to make, but first couple of kills going to Team Kaliber. Now, Madcat, he's primarily an assault rifle player, but as you see in his hands, he has this MTAR with the silencer on it. We're going to see Madcat, can he transition his phenomenal assault rifle skills to his submachine gun?
That's going to be what we need to keep our eyes out for. As right now, you can see a very early lead starting to develop. And right now, Gunjar actually yet to die. 3-0, so do keep your eyes out for him. Obviously, the brand new broadcaster mode that you saw earlier on with that All-Star game.
It's pretty sexy.
It's pretty good looking, isn't it? I'm not going to lie. It's very, very nice to look at that. You know, I have to go on board with Gunjar. He's 4-1. He's definitely doing something right. He said to me yesterday, he said, watch out for me. I'm going to go big on main stage. So let's see what he can do.
So he's got the SC-2010, and you see a lot of players are going to use assault rifles like the Remington, like this gun, the SC-2010, and the AK as well. But with the SC-2010, think of it like an ACR. Pretty high rate of fire, very accurate, and does damage at distance.
Right now on board with the Sharp from Team Kaliber. Going to pick up one towards the right-hand side. You can see losing that A flag, just leaving it a little bit too late before he peeked out. And on that minimap, there is going to be someone just cycling around. Should go into his field of view any second now. There's going to be the kill. It's going to be Shane. And Shane outguns Sharp there. Sharp's going to get taken down. And let's have a look what Shane's actually up to. 4-3 with that cap at that A flag. And you can see Epsilon with the A and B flag. They're pretty content at this point.
Yeah, they're happy. They just got 3 down from Team Kaliber. They're just going to push up, take map control, and try to keep Kaliber pinned as far back on the C flag as possible. Now, European teams, if there's one thing they've been renowned for, is their relentless aggression. I'm going to be looking for them in this matchup. Try to go for the 3 cap. Try to neutralize Team Kaliber's home flag. Try to, just be in their face all game long and catch them off guard.
That's the big thing as well. It's no longer you have to push for the 3 cap. You can push and get that neutralized, and that alone is going to give you such a big advantage. It's something that a lot of teams really have realized and have really started to try and push. But you can see actually 4 go down there for Epsilon. Let's have a look at Team Kaliber. Gunjar gets taken down. Neslo, one of the strongest search and destroy players from Black Ops 2. Let's see if his domination game is in tune as well.
All right, so he's just controlling the A stairs right here. Now you see that Kaliber, they have control of A, they have control on C. And while they were capturing A, they had all 4 down, but Epsilon were able to spawn up in time to kind of break out of the kitchen. Neslo, he doesn't care that they have 2. they're going to be, while they're losing the C flag, he's going to try to get position here at B. Maybe go for a capture, but you got to clear out all these nooks and crannies near the bar. And here we go, going for a cap, finds one, takes him out. And it's looking like he might be able to get this under Kaliber control.
The problem is Epsilon are rushing in towards the B flag. He goes for the neutralize. Smart play from him, but he is going to get challenged from the side and taken out. Unfortunate play from him. Madcat top fragging right now, 9 and 7 for the Europeans. Jumps around the corner, gets the kill as well. Nice plays coming from him early on. 2 minutes remaining off this first side of domination strike zone. As Madcat's going to pick up the second there. That was on Neslo. Nice plays. Unfortunately, can't find the third. As that B flag, they are currently losing.
Yeah, it's going to be Kaliber. They're going to be able to take that over and get 2 flags back under their control. Now, it's important to keep in mind, in competitive domination, we play 2 5-minute halves. We add up the total scores, and whoever has more at the end of the 2 sides, well, they'll come out your victor. But there you see a couple kills made for Team Kaliber. Madcat right now was trying to capture that B flag, but Sharp, he's there with the defend. And you see the scoreboard. It was Gunjar leading the team in kills for a while, but Sharp, he's catching up.
Yeah, he had a very slow start. He really was struggling at the beginning of this game, but he has managed to get himself into the top fragging position. He's done that by those 2 captures as well. And right now, you just see him being very, very wise, just defending that B flag. He knows they're going to be spawning down at that C flag, just making sure no one's going to rush up and try and get that challenge, try and neutralize that B flag, because he recognizes the importance of this situation right now. With just 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining, they need to try and push for that lead.
Yeah, time's starting to wind down. This has been such a back and forth game. Both teams trading flags all around the map, but as it stands, it's going to be Kaliber losing A right now. So they're going to have to make an adjustment. Either they're going to try to push around and, get them off the A flag, maybe back up, take C, but as it stands, it's going to be B not getting contested. So it's Sharp making his way over to the C flag. Smoke goes out. He doesn't get taken out, but it was neutralized. 2 members from Epsilon trying to get that capture back, and it looks like they will be able to.
Yeah, nice play from Jed, recognizing exactly what Sharp was going to try and do, but as he tries to push out, he is going to get taken out. Let's have a look at Shane being a little bit of a sneaky beaver right now, just defending that C flag, but look at how wide open that A flag is. They really only have one person defending it, and you can see someone from Team Kaliber actually going to try and take advantage of that, but he gets taken out, and right now Epsilon tying it up. 21 seconds left. This is looking very good for the Europeans.
Yeah, so 20 seconds, that's a chance to score 4 times. So Epsilon can go up by a total of 4 points. Shane gets taken out. 10 seconds remaining. It's so close right now. Epsilon, they lead by 2. Now make it 3. How many points is Epsilon going to lead by at the end of the game? It looks like it's going to be 4.
Maybe.
Just 4. So not the biggest of leads going to the half. Kaliber, they're going to be relatively happy with that. I mean, 4 points, that's 20 seconds of holding 2 flags, your opponent holding 1, and all of a sudden it's a tie game.
Good maths.
I'm pretty good at first grade math,
That was
Benson.
good first grade maths, I'm not going to lie.
I'm pretty confident in that, but there's your final scoreboard. Swanee actually the top fragger for Epsilon, 14 and 10, and on the other side, well, it's none other than Gunjar, 15 and 12, but the one thing that stands out to me from Epsilon is the amount of objective work they've done. They have 8 captures overall as a team. And in a 5-minute half, that's a good amount of captures.
That is a massive amount of captures, really, especially when you compare it over to TK's. TK
only have 3.
3. That's not the best.
Yeah, but I mean, they only lost by 4 points.
That's very true.
It's not a huge lead. And, we're going to be getting the second side started as soon as possible. But right now, Epsilon, they're in an okay position, I guess. Just by having a lead, that means that Team Kaliber, they have to be the aggressors here. They have to push for 2 flags off the start. So maybe Epsilon, we know that they're a little bit AR heavy with Madcat and Swanee, so maybe they're going to take this kind of approach a bit slower.
I think they may go for something a little bit sneaky now.
Obviously, Shane, the sneaky beaver?
I'm just saying, Shane is renowned for being that sneaky kind of player, and it's these situations where TK, they have no idea how Epsilon are going to come at them. They've not scrimmed against them, of course, because they're being European, so that's something that they were saying to me yesterday. They do not know how this is going to play out for them, so they really do need to try and think outside the box, because Epsilon could really do anything at this point.
Well, I want to start out watching through the point of view of the Team Kaliber guys. In my opinion, they're spawning on the more favorable side over towards the A domination flag. And the reason I think it's more favorable is you can get those stun grenades right into Epsilon's face within the first 2 seconds of the game. So if they're able to hit those stuns, they're going to be able to gain map positioning, map control in the very first few seconds of the game.
That's the key. If you can get that control early on, I mean, realistically, you shouldn't really ever lose that. It's going to take big plays from the opposition team to try and break it. But going into the second side of domination strike zone, it's going to be the European powerhouse Epsilon with a very fragile 4-point lead.
And here he goes, Sharp. He's going to make his way right to that C flag, jumping on the bridge.
Wow.
If he can take them off his flag, this is going to be a huge play. Forced back down from the grenade. He does get taken out. So, even though he died, that's a 2-for-2 trade. It's going to be Nuzzle. He was able to take control of A, but they're losing B right now. They're going to have to make a play for either C or B, and it looks like C is going to be their choice.
Yeah, C is the safer option at this point, and that's going to pin down the Europeans in that B spawn trap. And you know, if TK can hold this for a good 30-40 seconds, they could just reduce that deficit and put themselves back in this game. And I want to see if the Europeans are going to be able to break out of it. You can see Swanee actually just sound the C flag. He's saying, hey, I just ran straight out of B, cap C, don't even worry about it, guys.
Yeah, so when you're in that position that Epsilon was in, where you're trapped back inside B, the best course of action is just to stack your team to one flag, make a decision as a team, say, hey, we're all going to attack the C flag, because you're going to have numbers pushing there. Chances are it's going to be a 4-1, 4-2 at best for Team Kaliber. So just having those sheer numbers, they're able to brute force their way out towards C flag, take control, and now they're just going to try to increase their lead.
Yeah, Mad Cat just getting a little bit outnumbered there at the B flag. Shane is going to see Neslo manage to tag him up. Looks like he's going to try and throw that grenade to the left-hand side. And that's some good defensive work, but Shane runs straight into someone inside that pantry side. Gunjar, it was in fact just sat there picking up a nice little kill on board right now with Mad Cat. He's looking at rotating around the outside. He's going to get taken out as well. And TK managed to get a couple of kills on the board. But, you know, they need those points.
Yeah, but there's still so much time remaining in the game. 3 minutes, 25 seconds. That's a lot of time to try to get a couple flags under your control. But right now, we're watching through the eyes of Mad Cat. He's moving in to defend the B flag. And Epsilon, honestly, they don't really have to move around the map right now. They have the defender's advantage. Team Kaliber have to be the aggressors right here.
And you can see how aggressive TK are actually being on that B flag. They are just rushing in. Let's have a look at Gunjar can try and cause some mischief. There's only going to be one Epsilon player there. Theory's in the gunfight. He's actually going to pick up that kill, I believe, as Gunjar just looking to his left. He is going to be a player there. He's going to get a kill. It's going to be Jed. He does manage to do so, but this is now where he needs the support of his teammates. They need to lock down this B flag, and more importantly, they can't afford to lose the A flag, but just as he tries to go for the cap, he's going to get taken out.
That was Mad Cat running right through the front door, able to defend the B flag. So Epsilon, now they have a pretty sizable lead to work with here. You see the score in this second half.
Huge.
They're up by 18. 18 plus 4, that's 22 overall. So let's do some quick math here. You get 1 point per 5 seconds for every flag you control. Team Kaliber, they're going to have to go for a 2-cap and hold that for a good chunk of time here to try to catch up.
Yep, on board with Swanee right now from Epsilon. Currently 7-4, 2 caps to his name. Top fragging for Team Epsilon at this point. And you can see that A flag currently neutralized. It's going to be Epsilon trying to take that flag, and it looks like they're going to be able to do so as well. You can see on the minimap, the blue arrow is just suppressing the orange, and it looks like it's spawn trap at B. Could well be on if Epsilon play this right.
Yeah, they just got to lock onto their position outside A. If you're looking at the minimap, you could definitely tell that's where Team Kaliber are trying to push. They're trying to get out, get position at A flag. Was bumped. Swanee is in a good position to rotate over. He has lots of cover to work with. Gets that grenade off. Does not pick up any kills with that. And I love this smoke grenade here from Team Kaliber. Swanee, well, he doesn't have a thermal sight on. He literally has to leave his position here to challenge the A flag, but he was able to spray through, picks up the kill as Epsilon hold on.
Swanee just showing his amazing accuracy right now, although as I say, that jinxed him a little bit. He's going to get taken out, but now we have to get on board with TK. They are the team that are training at this point. 1 minute 30, they need to go for the trip cap now. Surely, you know, they can't afford to leave anything out at this point.
Yeah, they just have to turn up the aggression here, pick up the tempo of the game. As, you know, we saw Epsilon, they were being quite aggressive around the map. It was kind of Shane being the lead blocker while his assault rifles hold map position. And you can see that's reflected in the kills. Swanee, he's 10-6 right now. 11-8 for Mad Cat. They're picking up a good chunk of kills around the map. Theory, he's struggling a little bit at 6-11, but he's doing the objective work for his team.
Gunjar needs to try and hop on that flag, but you can see the trade that is going off. It's going to be Epsilon on that B flag. Are they going to be able to take it? That's going to be the question. I don't think they, in fact, yeah, they did. They managed to get that. Although TK, they do have numbers in there, just the one for now. He's going to pick up that kill as well. But with 48 seconds left, Revan, this is looking like it's too much too late.
Yeah, so if you hold a 3-cap for a whole minute, you gain 36 points on your opponent. And right now, it seems that Epsilon, they're up 30, they're up, you know, plus 4, 34. This game is over. Epsilon, they're going to take map number 1. And you know, they have so much pressure on their shoulders right now. The whole weight of the European community, they're watching them. They're cheering them on, hoping that they could show, as Shane said, that Europeans can hang.
That's the big thing. And, you know, at G2, at Gfinity, you know, they did manage to beat TK. That's going to give them some psychological edge, although, as we said earlier on, you know, different game doesn't really transfer across. But, you know, that psychological edge, that's definitely going to give them something.
Dude, look at Mad Cat, 17-10.
Because he's the boss.
Massive slaying being done by Mad Cat. You know, Shane was saying that he was the best EU player in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I think everyone would kind of agree with that. He was
strongest assault rifle, in my opinion, without a doubt.
It was just such a shame about the age requirements that came in right at the very end. But he's showing off right now on MLG main stage exactly why he should be considered as one of the best in this game.
Dude, Jerd just stabbed his opponent in the heart with his knife.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
That is
pretty mean.
That's making a statement from Jerd right there, as they're going to take map number 1, Strike Domination. Search and Destroy is coming up next, and how are the Europeans faring in Search and Destroy?
That's always been one of those sort of arguments. The Americans have always said, oh, we're much better at Search and Destroy, and that's been the key. And Epsilon last year really did take a little bit of time to try and get their Search and Destroy on par, but brand new game. This game, it suits the way Epsilon are playing right now. So going up against TK, who were just so good. They were so good at Search and Destroy at the end of Black Ops 2. I think Epsilon are going to have a pretty hard time here, to be fair, but I think they should be able to pull through.
Well, Team Kaliber, Search and Destroy is their bread and butter game type.
It's amazing.
You could almost guarantee them to win this game type, but we're going to see how it's a new game. In Black Ops 2, they're so well-versed, well-practiced. We're going to see how they're faring in the new game. We're going to commercial break. When we come back, Game 2 between Epsilon and Team Kaliber.